Not necessarily when it's a crystal. It's fine as a crystal, but when it's a pendant, no. I've had bad experiences with that place.
There's that, minute or so after you open the first chest where you're just walking through the dungeon hoping something's there. But we are off. And apparently there's a 5,000 rupee bounty out on Link, so these guys are in trouble right off the bat. All the guards are going to be gunning for them. And to take them to the castle, well, at least they got a shield to help protect themselves a bit.
And interesting enough, you don't see the shield. And Crystal at Desert and the other two are the non-green pendant.
Yeah, so that instant map check gives Cross some information, and already, it makes you kind of feel like it's going to be a bit of a long seed because 2 light world pendants. The light world dungeons are so much shorter than the dark world ones, so you're just you're in for a lot of crystal clearing later. And hey, you got your wish. There's the King of Samaria in the escape.
Also, I like how that before you check in with Uncle, you don't actually get the shield or sword.
Yeah, that's always funny. When you get the sword in Link's house and then you try to slash the bush because it's faster than picking it up, but you can't slash.
Well, they can grind guards somewhat recklessly at least, because there is a full magic in their pool.
Yeah, that's true. It does take quite a while to kill them, but you do see Lanxion going for an extra bush grab to try to get that bomb drop off the guards. You really don't want to have to revisit the back of Escape, especially if the power glove is back there. It's just absolutely horrible. So both players will be killing a little bit of stuff on their way through. Lanxion now skipping these guards because they do take a while to kill the king, but we'll use a pot on them. Still no bomb drops for either player.
Yeah. Of course, they can just get some bombs in this next chest and they'll be good to go.
Man, that's always the best. Just give us that bomb drop. Okay, so the key's in that chest. Nice Samaria throw pinning the guard in the corner from crossproduct. He managed to catch up all the time he spent on that map check right there.
Yeah, these two runners are almost entirely in sync here.
Oh, interesting that Cross skipped that quick kill on the blue guard there. Lanxion does it with that pot grab and gets the bomb drop off of it. So we'll have to see if Cross manages to pick up a bomb and escape. Could be a big deal later, but often you do just get the glove outside if one doesn't show up.
I don't think Cross has been killing that many guards at all, actually.
No, he killed one in the secret passage, and that was it. Now he's kind of getting sat on by the next couple of guards in this room, so he didn't quite pull off the strats he was going for, but he manages to get out with one heart.
Hey, we found the one arrow they'll use to finish Gandalf should they find the silver tips for them.
Yeah, we've got that out of the way. The chests will only get better from here.
I don't know. There's still those 2 green rupees.
Alright, so Cross takes out that guard, and looks like Lanxion going for 2 pots. Both runners going for 2 pots here. You can pin him with a Samaria block, but if it doesn't go all according to plan, then it kind of flops. And we get Zelda rescued and a bee in a bottle in that chest. So we'll be able to check Sick Kid once we get to Kakariko. And if somebody's feeling a little crazy, they can even let the bee out in the sewers and see if it can find a bomb.
Yeah, that's going to be a very nice item to have. And if it happens to be a gold one, they might keep it just so they can guarantee them they can buy the item from the merchant.
Yeah, that's a good point. You can sell it to the merchant by letting it out next to him, and they're both sitting on no money. Lanxion has found 1 green rupee drop from an enemy. Cross has none at all. You normally do see a few of the big 20s showing up because there's so many in the pool, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them actually get a fair bit of money before Kakariko, but man, it's really painful when you just don't, and then you have to farm blindside for the bottle vendor or something like that.
Yeah, so we'll be seeing what... Yeah, Cross is not grinding the guards.
As you say that, he does decide to kill one. Gets another full magic drop, so not finding the bomb that he was after. But maybe, most of the time you do just get the power glove, so his decision to not kill that many guards can be a time save in the event that bombs just aren't in their pool anyways.
Well, we do know it's in the blue guard pool at least.
Yeah.
Maybe he's hoping to grind the snakes on the way, the ropes.
Could be. There's a lot of them stacked up, and you can get a few hit with the same block at once, so That could be what he's going for here. Lanxion going down into that room. He doesn't need to keep farming because he has that one bomb that he needs, but he will use a block just to not have to damage boost through them. And here comes Cross into that same room. He was maybe thinking about letting them be out, but it is a gold bee, so maybe he does want to sell it. He's going to fight them with this Canis Maria. Lots of magic drops in this pool, but not the bombs that he really wants.
Yeah. Looks like you might have to rely on the rats in the next room.
We have the map for the escape, so runners will be opening the sanctuary chest. Cross. What? Everything is dropping small magics and large magics.
Very generous, at least. All right, so the side passages, the fire shield, which I really like, 50 rupees. So basically, paying for more bombs later, as well as just an arrow booster. So nothing he's too important. He's missing out on. That fire shield is nice to have for blind, but that's about it.
Well, the good
news
he
got an 8 drop.
He got an 8 drop off the rats, so he's able to check this, and it does give him some more opportunity to maybe go a bit faster out of Sank because he has bombs for Kakariko already. Lanxion will probably want to go up to Lumberjack so he can get 2 different tree pulls and the Hoarder Crab, but Cross is not necessarily going to have to do that unless he just wants the information.
Well, Lanxion finding another 50 rupees in the final chest. Cross has to be a little bit careful.
Yeah, gives those rats a little bit of a wider berth. You don't want to be dying at the end of escape here, but he's through to Sank, and everything's okay. Lanxion gets the map check in, gets the bad news about the double pendant light world we have here, and we'll be walking up towards Lumberjack.
Yeah, let's see what the poultry here is, first and foremost.
Now, interesting, he kills that thing before pulling the tree, which actually it's kind of a reflex of open mode, but you're already on the 4-kill pull when you get here because of everything you killed in escape. So if you instead just pull the tree and then kill it after, you set up the 1-kill pull for the tree in Lost Woods. So he doesn't have the option for that, but he will get this information that I do believe that's just a red rupee sitting on Lumberjack. What happened to the cross-product sign? What the heck was that?
I don't know. That was a very interesting little snafu.
Now, good news is Cross did kill the Hoarder Crab, which was just dropping hearts instead. So he set up his 1-kill pull that way, and also gets the information about Aga.
Yeah, Aga's, or at least Lumberjack Cave, is not required this seed, only 20 rupees. He could still be our Darkwold Axes, though. It's a little too early to tell.
Yeah, well, there's Moon Pearl, so we've got one thing we need, but that doesn't discount Aga in any way because it's the glove and hammer, which is really what we're looking for to get that out. But we've got a lot of items coming up in Kakariko, so we'll get more of a sense of the seed coming up soon. And Lanxion is gonna, he has a bit of a lead here because of that early bomb drop and escape, but he's going to probably just have to walk down and buy bombs or gamble on bombs being in a chest in Blind's Hut because he did not find any throughout Lost Woods at all, and maybe was thinking, okay, yeah, he is going to go down. He's not. I thought maybe he was going to just go straight in from going left there, but checking the bar first.
Yeah, I'm going to check the bar here first while he's in the area. Gets a bomb booster. Meanwhile, Cross is going to go straight to the Thieves' Hut. And here, let's see what we get. Nope, checking the bottle as well. Bottle is just 5.
Yeah, Cross getting up onto the treasure trove of items here in Blind's Hut. So far, money. Not terrible early game. There's the red boomerang. And a piece of heart.
And let's see what this 5th and final item is. That's important! Hi there, sword!
Yeah, so it's a good thing that Lanxion didn't go in there blind, and leaving the item behind after that would be even crazier, but there were no bombs in there, so Lanxion making the right playthrough here for his bomb count.
And
having that sword is nice.
Alright, let's see what the well has for us. Another 5 items here. The mushroom! just a little out of the way from its middle location, not too much. A big 20 at the back. Master! Blue. Oh boy.
Okay, well that's pretty good, but everybody
I would say it's not good.
everybody is worried about Aga. We still need that land first, though. It's not. We're not doomed to that tower just yet, but it's not looking great. But Master Sword already is good. You don't want to fight too many bosses. Cold Stare with the Fighter's Sword, basically just hammer hits, is kind of a pain. So having early sword upgrades is always nice to speed things up. So they'll be coming out of CAC pretty well armed.
Yeah. I'm worried that this is an Aga play because Aga for no reason is going to be real bad. Let's hope it's actually a fake out. And they actually do have Darkhold access.
Yeah, we still have South Shore to check with a lot of items sitting there in Mini Moldern Cave, but we actually, with all the items we found, it's nothing that really opens anything on its own. We need, some combination to go with these, so we're still stuck in Sphere 1 exploration for a little while until we find the next answer. And oh man, cross product's gonna give us some puns at the bar. Here we go. A masquerade. Heh. Heh.
I want to say that's his personal NPC in this in the randomizer.
So after all that, we're pretty even coming over.
Oh boy!
Ooh, that's flippers in the library. So that's one footwear leads to another.
That's important. Although if it ends up that Swamp is the third pendant, you can actually skip the flippers if you still are so inclined to.
Yeah, that's true. And you might see the runners just leave them there for a while, potentially. Depends on if they get back there conveniently with the boots in the mirror, but there won't be a big rush to pick up those flippers, most likely. Unless they're down to, gotta swim to Zora Ledge or something at that point.
Alright, so let's see what the dam has for us here at the South Shore. Just an arrow booster to start us off. Let's see what the item is drowned in the river here.
Another nice thing about this mushroom cane combo is they are set up to do fake powder. They just need, the hammer at least for Dark World access in the mirror. That's a little more taxing, I suppose. So you got an arrow booster and you got some soggy arrows in the water. You'll be passing that up and heading on towards Mini Moldern Cave.
One has to wonder what those feathers are made out of.
I'm not so, yeah, you don't really want those arrows, do you? They're not going to shoot straight at this point.
No. More so, do you trust the quality of the wood, given that they sunk to the bottom of the pond?
Yeah. Cross-check the stun prize really quick there, which is just a green rupee, so that boomerang is, nice for some things, but yeah, grab that heart, why not? But not useful for stunning enemies so much in terms of farming their drops.
Bomb booster, some extra bombs to go with that.
Here's all the bombs. There's
power
the power
glove.
glove.
Alright. Second glove or hammer, and we can skip Aga. Or at least for the time being.
Yep. And both runners here looking to walk over to Ice Rod Cave. This is the first, out of the way slow check that they'll be doing. This one is just completely awful if you leave it at Mini Moldern Cave. This is the best time to go to it unless you get the flute later, so a lot of people will just say, yeah, let's get out of the way now. You don't want to do all of the light world and have to walk all the way back down here later on.
I mean, one could argue that Aga is also one of those out-of-the-way locations in the early game.
Yeah, that's true. That one tends to get put off more because there's a chance that you can lump it together with your visit to desert, but if the book or flute is sitting there, it can be very unpleasant. So this time, Ice Rod Cave, just 20 rupees. So runners will save and quit out of here. And now what's left? Agina, Eastern. Cross is going to go from Sanctuary here. Oh, with that power glove, he could go up Death Mountain in the dark here, so that's an option.
Yeah, it is a sequence break though, and one that only yield them 2 items at this point.
This might be a walkover to go for Houlihan cross product, maybe wanting more money for Zora. Or no, he's gonna turn in the mushroom right now, actually.
Yeah. And I think I know what he's going to probably do it when he's done with that. If he doesn't like the item he sees here, he might do a soft reset.
Oh, that's a great point. Then he can keep it for fake powder. That's a good play. So he gets this out of the way. If this is the bow, it's going to be a big time save over having gone to Eastern first. We'll see if Lanxion even continues to Eastern.
Green pendant is Meyer. Oh no!
Oh, dear me.
Well, Aga's on the table. There's our silvers.
And bow.
There's the bow! Wow!
Well, that's convenient.
So that's Eastern well and fully clearable. Aga Maiden, and Aga's also alive as well. This seed, what the heck?
Yeah, this looks incredibly like an Aga seed after that lamp showed up on the mushroom. You definitely do Eastern here because it's it's a pendant, but it's full clearable. It's got 3 items. You want to avoid Aga. You're 1 item away from it. So I'm interested to see here. The runners are both going to be thinking this at this point. How many overworld locations will they check before they do Aga? Lots of people like to do absolutely everything, avoid it till the last possible thing. Some people maybe cut out Agina's Cave or something like that. So we'll see what happens. But first, we've got to go through Eastern, which should be pretty fast. Lanxion doesn't have the lamp, so we'll have to do the dark rooms. But the Eastern dark rooms are generally not too bad, so should be fine with that.
Yeah, and as far as my opinion is, at the very least, check the fake flipper locations, like Hobo and everything else. Just see if you can find a way to sequence break, if nothing else, to skipping Aga, because that saves you about 5 minutes if you can successfully do it.
Yeah, that's for sure. So we've got the big key from Eastern. Nothing really of note yet.
And we got the map, so and once we see that compass, it's guaranteed to be an item in the big chest. Or rather, in the other 3 locations, I should say.
Sometimes you'll see people gamble to just go kill Armos Knights instead of check that chest, but since it's a pendant here, that's unlikely to happen. They'd probably rather check that chest, and if the 50-50 item is there, then just leave at that point. So there's our first actual non-dungeon item here.
Yep.
3 bombs.
Alright, so we're coming up here to the big key chest. Let's see what's in this. Probably gonna grant some arrows, yep. And in the big chest we have a huge stack of cash. That'll actually put Cross close to Zora money. Lanx actually does have Zora money.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Cross actually forgot this first chest from the looks of things and turned around to come back to it. So maybe some NMG muscle memory in action there. We normally would not check that. But alright, Lanx is going through these dark rooms looking for the key here. Grabs it and is heading over towards the big chest. Getting beat up a little bit by the Stalfos, but we're doing okay. It's 5 hearts and the blue mail is more than enough for Eastern.
Lanx, he looks like he's gonna be find this big key item here. Let's see if it's anything good. Getting a little bit of help there.
Oh, it's the compass.
There's the compass, so Armos have an item.
Yeah, and Lanx will go ahead and go to kill Armos. Now this next room can be the one scary dark room in Eastern. If the Igors manage to move around too much, then it's difficult to deal with them. But if all goes according to plan, Lanx will just be able to kill it before it moves. And just to be on the safe side, is going to pop into the fairy room here, because if you start getting knocked around by those Igors, it can be just completely horrible. You can take a lot of damage.
Yeah. I'm expecting Cross to do a different detour here, because there is a money room in the upper right of the Igor room.
That's true.
He might stop there and pick up a few rupees so he can pay for Zora.
Really nice Igor Dark Room from Lanxion there. Managing to just use sword beams to blow away all the small enemies, and then one shot takes out the key Igor and is straight through there. So it's good stuff.
Question in chat: are rupees used this run? Yes, they are. All rupees are obviously the currency of the game, and any NPCs that require payment, such as Zora with his 500 rupee payment, the payment is done automatically. But you need to have the money regardless to get his item.
You are indeed right. Cross is going to drop into here and grab these rupees, which will put him up to that Zora threshold. This is really nice because farming for money on the overworld off of enemies is very, very slow. So the last item in Eastern is just a full heart on Armless Knights, and there's that pendant as well.
A full heart off a boss? Wow. Wasn't even Sankar.
Yeah. So what's next for Lanxion? Getting into kind of the awkward territory where all the checks at this point kind of suck and are pretty slow. So what is the play going to be? Looks like going for a Gina now.
Yes. Totem Hugger in the chat here is right. The rubies are not necessarily required, but they do help with doing certain item checks, just to give you a boost.
Cross making quick work of Armos with the silver arrows there as well. Gets the bad information that there's actually no progression in Eastern at all, and we're gonna be off looking for something new. Lanxion's not even gonna look at the desert ledge because they have no way of getting up there yet. So it's just gonna check this item on Agina and then make the next decision of where to go. And Cross getting into a similar situation, but having that lamp, having gone to the witch, is going to be heading down. Maybe Agina, maybe fake flippers.
I'm thinking fake flippers.
Yeah.
You just got the Zora money, and you can do the water walk with the Moon Pearl to check Waterfall Cave. So that's 3 items. 4 if you decide to also go to Hobo.
That's true. And at this point, I expect that he would, because there's not much left. Okay, we're going to see an interesting, different version of Big Flippers here. Lanxion setting it up on this screen. And this is a faster way to the Witch than walking over there. So is going to be finding that lamp here soon as well. And we'll instantly think, oh gosh, it's going to be Aga, isn't it?
Cross swimming around that way to get information on the Lake Hylia Island. And needless to say, Lynx did the check just by jumping in the water. Well, that's setting up fake flippers.
Alright, so the Hobo here, out of sequence right now. What's he going to have today? Gives us a full heart.
Yep. And Cross setting up the fake flippers to get out of the area. Very nicely done. There is the chance, and it looks like Langs was going to the Zora, but
yeah, he decided to save and quit. Now I think that's because he wanted to go to Zora to make that check, but then realized, oh right, of course, without fake flippers I can't do the waterfall cave. So he's going to go for fake flippers as well here. And note that the waterfall cave is not in the logic right now since we don't have those flippers yet. They're sitting on the library shelf. But you can get these 2 items here, and if they are something that lets you skip Aghanim, then that's a big deal.
So far it's just 50 rupees and more bombs. So it's either on Zora, or it could be also on the mountain. I just realized. Because the mountain with the lamp and the power glove is in logic and available to them.
Maybe trying to put it off until they can potentially find the hookshot. That's just 300 rupees in the Zora ledge, so not necessary. They'll be not coming back here at any point. And yeah, they'll definitely go up Death Mountain before going to kill Aghanim, but yep. really looking like an egg seed.
Yeah, this might be forced agate just for Dark World access. Let's see if the Sora can change that.
Oof.
Cross is like, no, screw you.
Yeah, I guess he kept track of everything he got. Like, you know, what? Wrong file?
Wrong file. Soft
Oops.
reset puts it on file 1 by default. He's saving on file 2.
Yeah, he got nothing from the entire Fake Flippers trip that he really wanted as much as that money, because when he goes to the Dark World, one of the first plays is to buy your way into Pod, and being down to 60 rupees would mean he'd have to farm more, so instead, soft reset and a walk up Death Mountain now.
Alright, so let's see what the mountain has in store for us.
The only difference in checks, you know, as Lanxion finishes up Zura, cross product appears a bit ahead, but Lanxion has done Agina's Cave for nothing. Cross may or may not go to that after Death Mountain here.
It's 1 item away. He knows at least these items are in logic.
Yeah.
Whoa! Lanx punching that Zora.
Got some distance there.
And there's the Saint card from the old man.
Alright. So the seed just really wants to have health. Cross product neglected to keep the heart he got from Hobo, but the seed said, no, more health. Here you go.
Well, that more health just makes me scream at him even more, because it just gives you that extra survivability climb. Top of Spectacle Rock is just a piece of heart. This is the important item, though. What is in Spectacle Rock? It is 50 rupees.
It's all over. It's Aghanim. Cross may go to Agina first.
Yep. But... Chad, you're getting your wish. It's forced agate because of Dark World access.
And Lanxion's actually going agate right away, not checking Death Mountain.
Makes sense. Yeah, folks, it is forced agate due to lack of Dark World access.
This often seems to be the case for Agaseeds, more so than an item on the Lumberjack. This is the reason you actually need to kill Aga, because the randomizer has no mercy. It just says, oh yeah, Aga's possible to kill. Let's make all these Dark World locations in logic. They can't even do that much in the Dark World. Oh, Lanxion realized that he hadn't done Death Mountain. Maybe he didn't realize it at first before going up the tower and said, oh no, I'm not going to skip these locations. I'm just going to... I got to get this out of the way first. So there's a little bit of time on that, but... Man, if the hammer or other glove was up on Death Mountain and he had carried through with that, it would have been fatal.
Yeah. Speaking of fatal, the other armor isn't found. It's on Desert Ledge. So yeah, it is 100% an agri-required seed.
Yeah, so Cross is going to have a bit of a lead going into Egg here. Lanxion won't be far behind, just has to check these couple locations on Death Mountain, and then we'll be going up as well.
Yeah, and a 30-minute Aga Tower recall for early with this force requirement. Not the worst. It's a lot worse when you don't check Lumberjack and you only to find out later that progression was there the whole time.
Yeah, that can certainly be nasty. So we get to sit back and watch just, some execution for a little bit, and no items to be found for the next little while. Both players will just be going through Agate Tower as fast as they can. They have the silvers, though, which helps out a fair bit with that. You can one-shot everything in there with those, so that's nice. And then once we get to the Dark World, all they can do is go to Catfish and Pod. They have no options to move anywhere else, so Pod, once again, looking to be the answer.
And Pod, they can go fairly deep in.
Now, if the seed's nice to them, it'll just give them a hammer in one of those locations. But
oh yeah, Lego Man pointing out in chat, flippers are required as so are boots. because our last pendant is Misery Mire.
Good point.
I completely forgot about that.
The question is, where will those boots be? They could be buried. We could be flipperless for quite some time. But at least the good news is we don't have to see a bootsless swamp palace this season. Walking through all that water is just really painful.
Yeah, that's the nice thing.
Ross got knocked off once by these guards here, manages to get through A-OK on the second try. Moving up the tower. Oh, just barely missed that silver arrow shot. You have to be a little careful with your health going through Aga Tower early on here. Even with Blue Mail, you can get whittled down and, you know, falls into pits still hurt a lot. So,
yeah,
you really don't want to die here. And I think Cross will be okay. You know, normally runners will kind of just play fast and kind of riskier when they're at good health, but then as they get more damage, it's like, okay, let's slow it down. Let's make sure I don't take any damage.
Yeah, smart play for crossproduct just in general. Keeping an eye on his health.
See how Lanxion does in this room, managing to get past all these guards nicely. Last one gives him a bit of trouble, but doesn't get knocked down, so catching up a little bit in that room. But Cross has been on fire through the rest of this tower, manages to get through this last room fast and on to Aga.
Yep, so how many blue balls do you think we'll see there, Sigma?
I'm gonna go with, you know, a medium mean, but not too mean, and call it 4.
Seeing it's 4, so I'm gonna go with the... I'm gonna be nice. I want to say like 1 or 2. Just make it like 2 cycles.
Alright. I hope that they see that as well. I hope that you're right. But at least the RNG is fixed between runners. There's not going to be a time difference coming out on this Aga fight. It'll just be how long they have to sit here doing spins and watching Aga jump around. There's one already, so not looking good right off the start. Oh no.
And there's 2.
Oh no.
3! Oh wow, that's a force 3 cycle now. At least.
He only shot the guaranteed shot there.
Yeah.
What a disaster. Here's another guaranteed shot you can actually hit him with. How much worse is it going to get? Please, Aga, just let us damage you. Okay.
So, for those of you who don't know how Aga works here, he is guaranteed to fire 1 shot that you can reflect back for damage, and you need to do that 6 times. The problem is, his second, third, and fourth shots can either be the orange shot, or the blue shot. And then on his 5th one, he casts lightning, and the process repeats.
At least that first one is guaranteed. It's a small blessing. Looks like he's being a little nicer now. We still are on only 4 blue balls, and there goes Aga.
Yeah, 4 blue balls. Not a terrible one.
Not something you'd be happy with in an NMG run, but, you know your opponent's not gaining any time on you from that, so crosses through Aga. Take a look at this pyramid item, which is just a bomb upgrade, so we're not going to look at that. And you know, at this point, yeah, when you have like 6 potential locations to check, you might as well get this one out of the way. If the hammer's up here and you go to pot first, it's really painful, so Cross is going to check Catfish.
Yeah, and if it's not there, he can just go. He knows he can just dive. Almost Palace of Darkness, which, by the way, is our 7, and our 5, 6 are at Thieves Town and Ice Palace.
Alright, so Pyramid Fairy might come into play later. Rarely gets used when you see 5, 6 showing up on Mire or Turtle Rock, but Thieves Town is going to be cleared pretty soon as they find a way over to the left side of Dark World. And Ice Palace is not too heavily gated in requirements. They will need a few more things before they can do it, but Catfish today, 20 rupees.
Choosing to save and quit.
This could be slightly faster to just walk up from Link's house to the Dark World portal here rather than walk all the way back down to Catfish. I think it probably is, because the next step is Pod. That's all that there could possibly be. And oh man, here we see that sock reset that Cross did earlier is going to pay off big, because Lanxion has to farm some enemies here, and the stun prize is 1 rupee, so that's a lot of stunned enemies. He's going to opt to not stun and hope that maybe there's a 20 sitting in a drop pool somewhere.
Yeah, that is unfortunate for Lanx there. Thankfully, if he absolutely needs money, he can go to that rupee room in Eastern.
Yeah,
and
could be heading down to Desert as well for that guaranteed 50. Now, this is quite a trip out of the way, but it's better than killing, 30 plus enemies.
Yeah. You could also have just gone to Kakariko in a blind side, pulled up the house and pulled up the 6 pots there in the back room.
Yeah. Now the funny, there's a 20 rupee drop from a bird. It's not quite enough though. The funny thing is if he had gone up to Catfish first, he would have gotten 20 rupees, which has actually been kind of useful in this situation. Although it might have just incentivized him to keep farming money, and who knows if he can actually get money from these enemies or if he needs to go for the stun prize. But Cross is going to be, pulling back into the lead, getting into Pod first here, thanks to that money situation. And we will find a progression item in this dungeon. I'm not sure what it is yet, but there is something here.
It can only be the hookshot, the hammer, or the other glove upgrade, I think. Yeah, it can only be those.
Yeah, Mirror as well could take us up Death Mountain, or if it's really nasty, Book could put us in Desert. There's a few possibilities. There's
Hammer!
the hammer.
First chest. So, that means it's a very... Well, yeah, he can just stay here and full clear the dungeon. Get out of the way while you're in the area.
Yeah, and he absolutely will. That's just... It just makes way too much sense. Just get Pod out of the way. Eastern's already done. You're never going to come back here unless you want to turn in the green pendant later. But hopefully the seed's not that mean. It's already been nasty enough making them do Aga. So both runners will just do Pod at this point, and then the hammer gives access to other Dark World portals, and we'll have tons of options for where to go after this.
Yeah. So, time for the mimic room here. Blink and you'll miss them. That's the theme of this seed. Very nicely done from Cross Product. Meanwhile, Lanx has opened up Pod themselves. We'll be getting their hammer, and we'll be seeing them clear this dungeon.
Yep. Now, an interesting thing that our runners may try to take advantage of here is that there are guaranteed to be 4 keys in the first 6 chests in the front part of Pod here. So sometimes you can skip the vanilla big key chest because you can deduce that it's a key. Although in this case, because they don't have the boots or the mirror, and Cross is going to be walking back into that room directly on that path, I would imagine he's probably just going to check it anyways.
Yeah, makes sense to me. And is going to just fall down here. It's not going to be too much of a time loss if it turns out to be just a small key anyway.
Yeah. When you have to come through this path particularly, and you're pretty on this side of the room, then it's way better to just get this check out of the way, even if it is a key like 60-something% of the time. It's a key, so we're at 3 keys for the first half so far. There's 1 more in these next 2 chests, and maybe another one, because hey, it's Pod. Those other 2 keys have to be somewhere.
Yeah. So, in regards to this place, what else do you want to see from it in terms of items?
The Titan's Mitt would be lovely, just because it means they won't have to walk all the way around Two Lost Woods to get into the portal at Kakariko. And, the Titan's Mitt is really going to open up the options. So far, the runners have basically been forced to follow the same path, with slight different orderings here and there. But hey, there's Ether.
Yeah, Ether, one of my actual favorite medallions, because it can kill Gibdos, it can kill Stalfos, and just it's nice and fast.
Yeah, so that is our second actual item in Pod now. There's 2 more keys to find, 3 more items in here. Cross is coming up towards the turtle room. Take a dip in the
Bug
basement.
net.
There's another item, bug net.
And here we go with the basement here. Lots of money here as well, because you stock up if you need to, but they're pretty set on money. At least Cross is. There's another one of our keys. There's actually the rest of them.
Yeah. If he had only gotten 1 key among those chests, he could have skipped the Harmless Hellway down to the south of this room, because the last key would be forced into that position, but he has them all now, so he has to check this. Could be an item, could be a dungeon item.
And it is... Oh, the Book of Medora. We get a
Pot
pedestal.
is loaded.
We can check pedestal now.
So what? We got Ether, Hammer, Book of Medora, and Bug Net so far. There's 1 item left in the dungeon. Cross will be looking for it in the Dark Maze. And the big key. We still need to pick that up before we can go finish.
Yeah, and it has to be here in the Dark Maze. There's the map. So this next chest has to be the big key.
Yeah. Cross also taking some intentional damage to set up the Death Warp out of here. Without the mirror, this is by far the fastest way to get out of the Dark Maze. You don't want to walk back through it. He's even gonna wait, get hit again, so you can probably die to a bomb on the screen.
I would have laughed that was this 4-part piece, by the way. That's the last item as well.
Yeah, if that was a health refill, that would have just been really rude. I think Lanxion is probably on the same health count as Cross here in terms of small pieces. I'm not sure if Cross, was down 1 from that reset out of the Zora area. So I hope that Lanxion does not get a full health refill there, because he'll probably be doing the same setup for Death Warp. If he gets a health refill, it's going to actually be a pretty big time loss.
Yeah, and I'm just trying to think here. What can we have that will make this a pedestal seed?
Well, let's see. Fire Rod, Ice Rod could be on there. Turtle Rock Medallion. Mirror, I guess? There's a lot. Hookshot? It's like almost all their progression items.
It can be hookshot or boots. But in the situation that the other one is not locked behind it.
Yeah, that's right.
Because you needed 1 to get through Mire in order to get the pendant for the other.
It's pretty much the only thing that they need that it can't be is mitts.
Yeah, mitts and flute.
Yeah, true.
But flute's not required for the seed, it just would be convenience.
Cross takes advantage of having full health to not have to menu here, just use the sword beam to flip the crystal switch and going into this turtle room. Gets them all flipped. It's a couple down with a spin, and finishes them off nicely. Going into the Helmosaur fight. This is kind of just a formality with the silver arrows. You just hammer the mask for a little while and then shoot him once in the face with silvers, and this boss will go down. So Cross is just gonna hammer away. It's quite a few hits to take off this mask, and then 1 more shot after that.
Yeah, and then this seed has gonna open up here, and we're gonna probably see a lot of divergence.
Yeah, there's 2 main choices that could be made after finishing Pod here. You could head to Village of Outcasts immediately, or you could go for Hype Cave first to get that high item density right away, and maybe get, the Titan's Mint there or something that maybe lets you skip the walk around at Village of Outcasts. And either choice is, valid, so whatever Cross decides to do, we'll have to see.
You can even go to Desert and check everything over there and get the red mail while you're at it.
Yeah, that's true. That is a, interesting play. It's a completable crystal, which makes it tempting, but it's kind of a long walk, so I think they might try to put that off until having the boots or flute potentially, but we'll see. Cross is heading down here, pulling the hammer, so probably looking like Hype Cave.
It's not entirely completable. Because we don't know.
Yeah, that's right. They don't have the boots. They might get keylogged, you're right.
Cross, though, is going to go check what we like to call Hype Cave. Keyword being we like to call it. it hasn't lived up to its reputation in the recent versions.
Yeah. So take a guess, 1 to 10. How good is this hype cave going to be? I'm gonna go with a 3. I don't have many hopes for it.
5.
All right. Full heart.
That's okay.
We're sitting at a 1 right now.
Flute.
Okay, flute. I think you nailed it. It's at least a 5. Chat can let us know what the real value on the index is.
Well, chat's gonna be a little biased because that flute puts us 1 item away, medallion pending, from having pedestal on the table.
Yeah, the one thing it does save them from is walking everywhere. They've been getting a little tired, having to just hoof it all over the seed. So they will now be able to fly places thanks to our friend the duck. Cross playing the tune a little bit, being a bit musical as he gets in and plays the Hyrule National Anthem.
Yep. So with the swag duck unlocked, it's just, where do you go?
Probably looking to just go into the Dark World here, just unlocking the duck and then not using it to go anywhere because, whoa, what can you even do? You can get to Death Mountain with it, but you've already been there. You can go to the mire area and not lift the rock.
Okay, this can be one of 2 things. This could be a pedestal check, or it's just gonna go straight to the portal.
Yeah, I imagine it's gonna be the portal. Oh no, he's gonna go check the pedestal. All right. Well, I mean, getting the knowledge can be good. You don't have the mirror, so it has some value. But this is a pretty long walk for this little bit of information, though it can be significant. We'll have to see what it is.
This could be the important thing here. You could also be teasing us, for all we know.
Goodness.
Nope, he's got the book out. Pedestal is not required. It's just a piece of art. Sorry, folks.
Alright, so meanwhile, Lanxion's been mirroring what Cross did already. Got that flute out of Hype Cave, and it's going to activate it, and then maybe just keep doing the same things. We thought the seed might open up and diverge after pod, but both runners making the exact same calls, both reasonable calls, just, let's go Hype Cave. Oh, hey, the flute, let's activate it. Now, into the Dark World here for Cross. Might head up to Skull, or might just go down to Thieves Town since it's already fully completable. And it is going to be Village of Outcasts, Thieves Town, skipping Skullwoods for now.
Yeah, it makes sense. You don't currently have the Fire Rod to complete it. And it's more or less a glorified cave at that point.
Alright, okay, we did get some divergence. Lanxion's going to flute to Desert and take a look at what's in here.
Well, Cross is protected at least.
We're ready for Laser Bridge.
Yeah, that mirror shield might actually be required. We don't have an invincibility item yet to put Laser Bridge in Logic.
Yeah, that's true. I think people tend to sometimes forget that, or not really care too much about that, because generally, at this point in the tournament, people looking to make the bracket, most of them will be comfortable just doing the laser skips. Don't really mind too much if they have invincibility or mirror shield or whatever, but it does make it a bit easier, and as you say, it puts it in Logic, so
yeah,
that's always nice.
And for those of you who are wondering, that single bomb is a random prize that you normally get in the chess game. The second prize you get is guaranteed to be the actual item in the pool, and we are key locked in Desert.
Yeah, it was a map from that first chest. Lanxion went and checked the torch just to confirm which key it was. You see the small key there. So we'll be heading up, taking the save and quick point in Death Mountain just because it's the fastest place to flute out of, and then probably Village of Outcasts now for Lanxion. That looks to be the play.
And Carissa, yeah, they do appear on harder difficulties, but for our sakes, for our purposes, we're only playing on normal. Also, real quick shout-outs to Carissa. They are our tracker for this evening.
Yeah, Yeah, excellent job so far, keeping us honest and letting us know what the runners actually have. Who knows what would happen otherwise. Lanxion is going to make this pet check as well, so both runners will have that same amount of information. And Cross just has, is a few steps ahead. Already in Devestown, already checked a couple of the Village of Outcast locations. Lanxion will probably be doing the same thing, just following Cross's footsteps.
Oh!
Man, there's the fire rod.
What a hot find for cross product. We'll have that now for Skullwoods, and Skullwoods, as a result, is now full clearable. So very nice heads-up play from Cross. Coming here first, and now full clear both dungeons in the area.
Yeah, you get to save a couple screen transitions this way. We'll see what Lanxion opts to do, whether they head north or just do Cross Product's route and head directly to Village of Outcasts. When you don't have the Titansmith, it can be a hard choice to make because how much walking about do you want to do. But Lanxion is going to make the same play, so that's good news because we won't have to have a double dip of Skullwoods for either runner. It looks of things now. Cross working through the Hellway. Let a bee out. It's doing its best, but I don't think it's actually being very useful.
I think Cross is just emptying his bottle for later. So now, go on.
Just gonna say Lanxion entering Devestown as well now, so we'll be getting that fire rod shortly. Cross hasn't found anything else yet, but got a few more chests coming up. Got the compass only so far, so still got a small key and a map waiting for dungeon items. That small key may just be locking itself in the big chest this time.
Yep, and there's...
It's always nice when it is.
Yeah, and there's 20 rubies there in the attic, so... Nothing else there so far, so... We're missing one item... Or did we find the map? I forget.
No, yeah, there's still one item at large. There's map, item, and small key. The remaining 3 areas.
Alright, so here's hoping we don't see the small key in the main chest then, because that means the small key is in the big chest, and whatever we find in the main chest, Blind has the other item. No relevance.
Yeah, although in this seed, because they have the hammer entering Devestown, it's kind of just a, formality. You gotta walk over and check the big chest. Okay, that's fine. It can be a really stressful moment when you go here without the hammer, which just blocks you from checking the big chest, but here the small key is just locked. Blind's got the last item.
And looks like Lanxion is heading out to that Hellway as well.
Yep, so Cross stepping into the blind fight, has full health for it, so we'll be able to hopefully stay on the script here and get this thing down. It's an easy fight if you... Oh no, it's all over now. Now he has to deal with kind of sort of the randomness of this. When you hit it as fast as possible, it follows the same behavior and you know what it's going to do, but as soon as you get off that, it can be a little bit of improv action, but Cross doing well so far, hasn't taken much damage, and is on phase 3.
Yeah, and even then, does have the mirrors to block these fireballs. And the blue mail will soak up the damage, so very nicely done. Forward with the Titans!
Oh man, that's so nice to have right before all of the places where you might want it.
French vanilla much?
Jeez, yeah, we had Hammer and Pod and Titansmith in Devestown.
Not in the big chest at either location as well.
So at this point, do you figure that the hookshot's just going to be in Swamp?
No, it can't. Or no, it can't.
Sure it can. You get the mirror and the flute, or mirror and flippers, and then you're ready to hookshot in like the left side. That'd be horrible, but man, two items in there in normal dungeons.
And Cross captured a fairy.
Well, he's definitely safe now. If there's any worry about Mothula being a big jerk, then he's gonna have that fairy to revive him. So
First chest is the big key. Desert was Boots La Carissa. We have a small key on the torch.
nice, Cross getting that small key. You hope for one small key in these first two chests so that you can just go through here and not have to go around through the pinball room. First item in Skull.
Yep. Yep. And yeah, I think Lank's gift red mail. I'm not sure if he did that on purpose or not.
I imagine that was intentional.
Well, he can pick it up whenever he has to go back to that location.
It's true. I mean, if you flute there ever, it's a bit faster than when he was there now. But he probably just doesn't even think he needs it. They already have a good amount of health, and blue mail is a lot better than you get in NMG, for example. So, might be feeling okay already.
Yeah, the only time you see someone that's not wearing green in NMG is someone who's relatively experienced. Raise his hand. Alright, so we're seeing what the big key chest here has.
Yeah, one item left to find.
And no safe in the back.
Yeah, that's annoying. If that was at least the map instead of the small key, you could deduce that Mothula has the item, because Mothula is locked by all of the Skullwoods keys. But in this case, we might have to kill Mothula and then go back in again for that other chest.
Yeah. Now, Cross had like a little mini break there waiting for the Wall Master, so hopefully his hands are nice and relaxed after that.
Cross has been hit down a little bit. It's going to collect that heart, but of course he did capture that fairy, so even going into Mothula at low health is not too scary.
Yeah, and does once again does have Ether for the Gibdo room here. We'll save him a little bit of magic and clearing it away.
Oh no. He collected some health in this kind of switching holes room, or whatever you want to call it, but then lost it falling into a pit. He's not going to opt for Ether. You're going to go for the faster Fire Rod strats and just burn a bit of magic. We'll be most likely doing some combination of Master Sword and potentially Hammer on Moth.
Yeah, it makes sense to me. Either is just more mana efficient, so you can use the Fire Rod a lot more on the Moth. So it's really a trade-off. You're taking a little extra time, but you're having more magic to fight the boss with.
Yeah, it's true. So, going for Master Spin, which connects off the start. If Moth bounces into the spikes, it doesn't take damage from any of the hits. It looks like we've at least got it half dead by now, but some of these definitely have not counted. Cross is just tanking through all of this because he knows he's got a fairy, so he's pretty safe. And there goes the big bug.
Yeah. Moth is down, and he has the other item. It's just another red rupee. But, more importantly, has the crystal.
Yeah. So we've got Titan's Mitt, Hammer. Logical play, I think, at this point is to now walk south, get the last couple kind of Dark World, Overworld checks that you can do.
Oh.
And Cross is going to save him quick because the walk out of Skull is actually pretty long. Having the flute and the Titan's Mitt, I think it's actually faster to just flute back to Kakariko and
heck, even having
the Dark World like that.
Even having the mirror would have been faster. He could have just walked to the southern part of just south of the entrance that led him to that backside, mirrored, and he would have been just north of the portal path.
Yeah, that's right. But Cross is gonna, rather than doing those last, only 2 overworld checks down there, which would really be better with the mirror, is gonna look at the Mire area first. So we get a look at the Mire medallion. It's Quake. So no worries about going in there just yet, especially since they can't get across that first gap, missing the hookshot on the boots for the time being. We get 2 checks here real quick on the Mire Shed, and then basically just a save and quit if there's no mirror, which there's not.
Yeah. And now that we know that Mire is Quake, we now have a pretty good idea of what to expect from the seed. I was about to go into what pedestal was, then I remembered. Oh wait, we already
It's
checked
already
pedestal.
dead.
Yeah, I already forgot we checked it with the book.
Right, so Lanxion working on Moth here, managed to get some damage in with the Fire Rod Master Sword. He's going for hammer hits and finishes off that Moth Hill. A nice fight as well. So get that last item. And then, where to next? Cross back in the Dark World at Village of Outcasts. It's going to be looking to clean up this last bit of overworld, and honestly at this point, might be looking to go for mirrorless smiths. It's terrible and slow, but it's not the worst with the flute, and there's really not too much left that they can do. Other than that.
So I was saying boots moving King's Tomb. I have got to shoot that one down. The boots cannot lock itself, unfortunately.
Until the day where we get randomized seeds where the game's completable, but not all items are accessible. At least that can't happen. We're living in a good world right now, I would say.
Yeah. Every seed can be completed 100%. With the exception of keys locking themselves. There's the mirror! Very nice find!
Oh, that is so good right now. Before going down, it's so much more efficient to check this next coming section with the mirror than without it, so Cross will be happy to find that there.
Yeah, can even do the Smith loop if he's so inclined.
Yeah, that's just really nice.
And Bombos on top of that.
And Death Mountain opens up too. You can mirror up the Hera, and you can hammer over to the east side, which opens a ton of items on Light Death Mountain, on Dark Death Mountain. You can look at the Turtle Rock Medallion. It's craziness right now.
Yeah, that mirror is huge. Alright, digging game. 4, 5, 6. Gonna stop counting out loud.
It's a lot of blue rupees. This digging game guy is kind of cheap. He didn't bury very many red ones. And also, where is this item? Holy smokes!
I think that was 27.
I'm gonna say it was a lot.
Unfortunately, Cross does a couple missed strokes make you lose count.
Alright, so both runners once again following the same path. This is they had wait, I lied. Lanxion's gonna go check Stumpy. Oh wait, Lanxion didn't go to Hammer Pegs first and grab that mirror, did he?
Nope, doesn't even know it's there.
Oh man, that could be big.
Piece of heart.
Alright, so what Lanxion may do here, he may grab the Smith and then go check Hammer Pegs, or he may grab the Smith and then save and quit, turn it in, and check Hammer Pegs when he picks up the purple chest, which would be pretty unfortunate for him. But it's kind of a, as long as the mirror isn't in this one spot, it's faster, but instead actually isn't going to grab the Smith. He's just going to check Hammer Pegs, get the mirror, and then probably come back and get the Smith.
Yeah, and I think Cross is going to route up here to check Graveyard Ledge, as well as the Bumper Cave, and now that we got the cape off the Smiths.
I don't know how they managed to craft that cape without burning it on that anvil, but, we'll take what we can get.
The tailors, them being blacksmiths is just a lie. They're actually tailors. Or something, I don't know. 100 rupees on Graveyard Ledge, or not Graveyard Ledge, Bumper Cave. Not really worth it. Ugh, those murder dactyls hurt a lot.
Yeah, good thing they have blue mail. Murder dactyls are just insane. Why did they do so much damage? How are these birds so strong? These are the questions I want answered.
Alright, so here we go with the Graveyard Edge check.
Note that Cross is careful to drop the chest not on the mirror portal. It can be a misstep if you lose your chest going back into the Dark World there.
I think he can get it back if he holds a bomb over his head, though.
Yeah, it's true. Bomb or Samaria block. Gets another bee in the bottle on the Graveyard Ledge, so nothing significant there. Actually, he might even not use this portal again. Might just grab the chest and flute away, because what else is left of this part of the world? Nothing, really. Try trying to pick up the chest. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, I'm expecting him to go to 4. No, he's going to 7. Alright, you're gonna drop the chest off first.
Oh, interesting. Lanxion actually got rid of the chest intentionally there, dropped it, and then mirrored away, so it doesn't want to do that right now.
Good call. Cross is probably gonna go in the Dark World here, check Bombos. And then after that, it's most likely up the mountain to check Ether, Hera, and the rest of Eastern Death Mountain.
Yeah. In all of this, I don't think either runner made it to Cave 45, and I don't think Cross did Stumpy yet, so could head over there, then Bombos potentially.
And it looks like that's exactly what Cross is doing.
Alright, so Cross managing to be thorough, clear this lower part out. Lanxion is going for higher item density right now, but if Cross finds something significant here, and then manages to maybe cut a trip up Death Mountain out because of that, it could be pretty big. But there's just bombs in the Cave South of Grove there, so that's not going to be anything. He's going to hop back into the Dark World, check Stumpy,
and
probably check Bombos.
Lanx gets a Ruby Horde.
Alright, so after all that money trouble earlier on, Lanxion is now richer beyond his wildest dreams and has nothing to spend the money on. It's going to be thorough here, do Hera. It's a pendant, but it's so fast when there's 2 items in here.
Well, first item is a key, so... Gonna grab them the mirror.
Yeah. I wonder if he's going to continue with this. I mean, since he did grab the small key, it kind of indicates that even if he doesn't get the big key here, he will go to the basement. But... goodness, it's slow, but you know, it could be required. You don't want to walk up Death Mountain again after something was in Hera, so Lanxion's going to take a little bit of a break in this tower room for a while. Bombo's tablet coming up for cross product, and it's got the powder, so go right back to those smiths if you want to right now to check that, or maybe just say okay, whatever.
Also, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's gonna finish the chain here. With the flute, it's not so bad to come back.
And with the powder, he also has the trifecta of bottle, net, and powder, so has essentially the means to never die again.
Yeah, I believe he still has a fairy bottled as well, so Cross is very safe. Lanxion was actually AFK during that tower room. It comes back a little bit late, but you know, it's the only time you get to take a break during a rando race, so hey, why not?
And match that, just a bomb expansion. Nothing major here. Lanx will, or Cross rather, sorry, will most likely head up the mountain now. Yep, just gonna use the safe quit portal.
Yeah, so Lanxion is a step ahead on Death Mountain now. Cross has checked more locations at this point, but if Lanxion never has to go back to that South Dark World area with the mirror, then Lanxion will be, you know, feeling good about that. We gotta take a look at this point. What are they missing for Go mode? Turtle Rock Medallion potentially. Hook Shot is going to be needed. Boots are going to be needed to get the flippers, and that Ice Rod, so still quite a few items away.
Yeah, boots, which lead to flippers, hookshot, ice rod, and potentially one more medallion. That medallion obviously being, in the event Turtle Rock is not Ether.
Cross is going to do Spike Cave here before venturing further on Death Mountain. So there's another divergence here. Lanxion skipped this. Cross playing a little bit more thorough overall, but so far, you know, Langxion's skips have not really punished him for anything. So Lanxion will be finishing up Hera. Cross finds just another piece of heart.
And I think I see what Cross is doing here. He wants to end with a dip into Turtle Rock, it looks like. Oh!
Yeah, so if you've killed Ega and you have the mirror, then you end up on the pyramid, but there's nothing you can do about that Spike Cave one, so that's just how it's going to be. He's going to flute back up to Death Mountain, or no, shopping trip from the looks of it.
Mostly by push. Oh, Quake on Moldorm! What was the other?
Interesting.
I missed the other item in here too.
I don't think it was anything big. It didn't jump out at me. But Quake might be required. We know you need it to get into fire. Oh my gosh, Cross is stuck in a dead rock. What a terrible fate.
Yeah, Quake, folks, is required for Mire, but Mire is a pendant. A pendant we can now full clear, I just realized.
Jeez. No, neither runner's going to be too keen on that, I don't think, but their other dungeon options are pretty bad. Actually, after Death Mountain, it might be just a trip to Mire right away. Or, well, no, Ice Palaces. Yeah, but it's out of logic. You know you won't find the boots in Ice Palace, so I think they might be tempted to put that off.
Alright, Spiral Cave, what do you have for us today? Just a heart. Cross checking this last book location.
Lanxion dipping into the Dark World here and is now going to get to the vast majority of the items in Dark Death Mountain here. Mirror over to Paradox Cave. It's 7 items in there. Walk up to Super Bunny, 2 more items. And I guess end looking at the Turtle Rock Medallion, most likely, although might try to save that time and just assume that they have it. I'm not sure.
I would check at the very least.
Yeah. Cross refreshing his memory about the map. And decides not to do Hera, or decides to go back and do Hera. Never mind.
Yeah, he's in the area. He might as well do it, because there's something here. It's going to kill his momentum.
Yeah, and since we know Quake's in here, that could have been a big deal, because...
Oh, he's only checking the first chest.
Oh, man. He doesn't want to do the basement.
Tempered. Shovel. At Paradox Cave. I want another 5 rupee, another 50, and some more bombs.
Alright, so this Turtle Rock Medallion is of critical importance. If this is Quake, then Lanxion is in a great position, having skipped things that Cross did. Cross just finding, a bunch of nothing in those locations, and then the one thing Cross skips actually has an item that might be useful. Now, of course, it could be good for Cross as well. If this is not Quake, and Lanxion gets led to Mire for nothing, then that can be big, but Cross is going to find out momentarily. The Turtle Rock Medallion, what is it? It's ether.
It's ether! Alright!
He doesn't have enough magic to open it. Is he going to drink a... No, he's not going to waste... he's thinking about it. Drink your blue to open it? I think it's worth it.
Yeah. There's half magic in Spiral into the Super Bunny. Wow. That's gonna be insult injury as soon as Crossproduct goes down to check that.
Oh, he's going straight in. He's not even gonna do Super Bunny and Paradox Cave first. This is crazy. What if Ice runs in there?
Oh, we know the Tempered Sword's outside as well.
Alright. Maybe Cross is feeling some pressure here after having done all that overworld for nothing. Might be feeling like, I have to make some plays. Like, suddenly he skipped Hera, and then he skipped all this overworld, and saying, maybe he's not feeling great about the seed, how it's going for him. And it's like time to say, okay, I'm going to save some time. I'm just going to go straight to Turtle Rock right now, and hope to find the Ice Rod in here, or, something leading to the Ice Rod.
Well, the only thing that's going to hurt him is if there's no Force Sword. And he caught himself, has to go the long way around this room.
Yeah, nice quickly realizing it and using that quick turnaround there. You usually just have the hook shot when you come here, so... Oh, and Lanxion's gonna leave. Lanxion doesn't want to gamble on this Ice Rod being in TR with more overworld left. Lanxion's gonna go back down and check that shovel first from the looks of things. Cross and TR, Lanxion looking for things down in these other locations. This is getting exciting.
Yeah, this is indeed getting exciting. Especially if it turns out that this shovel just gives us something important. If this is an important item, then Lanx is in a huge advantage, but no, it's a piece of heart. The other advantage Lanx has, other than Tempered, is the fact that he can enter Mire, which is our green. If anything in there is progression, Cross is in a huge disadvantage. Because, simply put, when does he go to check Hera for that Quake Medallion?
There's a chance that he would do it after everything else on Death Mountain. Like, he'll finish up TR here, he'll check the locations outside after that, most likely, and he might go back to Hera at that point, but I'm not sure. Oh, the Chain Chomp getting in the way a bit. Cross dodges them one last time and is able to get through. That room is so scary.
You say scary, I say annoying.
Alright, Lanxion coming up on a check that we haven't seen before. When Cross went to Mire, he did not have the mirror. So, the checkboard cave is what we're going to take a look at right now, and sitting in it today.
Oh, right! Hindsight, it is in chat pointing out, we can't enter Mire, we don't have the hook shot of the boots!
Oh my gosh, you're right. I thought for sure it's like, yes, Quake, we've got it. But no, we're still missing any way to cross that gap.
Wow. Our brains are off right now. I'm sorry, folks.
Alright, so it looks like we're getting some trading places here. Lanxion's now going to go do some of that overworld that Cross did earlier, whereas Cross is just making progress in TR, but still has parts of Death Mountain to check.
Actually, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm cracking through all the locations in my head. Turtle Rocket's the play. Where else?
I think you're right.
I can't think of anywhere else that's in logic that we haven't checked yet.
Yeah, between the two of them, I think Cross has cleared everything down on the, the parts that Lanxion is doing now. And yeah, Turtle Rock has got to have something in it. It's going to be like boots on Laser Bridge leading the flippers. Goodness gracious.
Oh, this could be a required double dip Turtle Rock. Ah.
Because it's going to be, if it is the Ice Rod in Turtle Rock, which would be nice, but both players would look like they're going to suffer the same fate if it's not. There's still got to be something else other than that.
Catfish was checked, folks, and Tempered was in Paradox Cave. Cross choosing to skip it, actually. Probably not going to be forever, though.
Yeah, imagine he's doing that after Turtle Rock. Although, because we know he's going to find something in here, he might just follow that. Well, it seems like crazy to me to skip all of those locations on East Death Mountain. He'll probably do it after.
If he finds Hookshot, he's going to check Hookshot Cave, and most likely Super Bunny and everywhere else before leaving.
Alright, so Lanxion's coming up Death Mountain again. Cross has a pretty big lead in Turtle Rock here, but remember that Cross hasn't done Hera for that Quake Medallion, which could be important if Mire ends up having something that we need. The Ice Rod, the Hook Shot, the Boots. I could only have one of those, of course. That could be big. And yeah, okay. Another thing that Cross did earlier is Spike Cave. Lanxion's getting through it now.
Alright, there's a compass, so we have an item smoking on this bridge as well as potentially our progression.
Cross making sure to save a bit of
and well, actually no, the mirror shield not only come into play here, but also the cape is coming into play as well. So logical required access to Laser Bridge has been vetted on a couple of fronts.
Yeah, there you go. Alright, so we're coming up to the break point in the scene. What are they actually going to get? Cross will find it on Laser Bridge. If it's the ice, I mean, yeah, what's going to be? Ice Rod, Hook Shot, Boots.
I want to see Ice Rods and have the item actually on the other item on Trinex.
Oh goodness. Okay, Hearts to start off. There's the Hook Shot.
Come on, give him the Ice Rod in that last chest. Come on, game, be nice.
Don't put the Ice Rod in Hookshot Cave, please. That's just terrible. Ice Rod, come on. No.
5 rupees. This is a double dip in a Turtle Rock, but an important one to make all the same. Cross, I don't think will be too disturbed by this one.
Now he's gonna try to avoid it by leaving a portal here, which he can jump down to, and take a look at Spiral Cave and, you know, East Death Mountain. He won't find the Ice Rod here, so he will be forced to double dip. Both runners will be forced to double dip. They had to come get that hook shot, and then I guess what? It has to be Hookshot Cave, right? Or oh no, Mire now.
Mire now.
Dear God.
Oh boy, things have gotten very interesting all of a sudden.
Now the question is, how much is Cross going to try to maintain that portal? If he goes, oh, wow.
The double tap on the Dead Rock.
Well, what do you say about that? Oh, and it hits him, and it gets in the way. Oh, that Dead Rock.
I would have powdered that thing at that point. Just get him out of my way. Turn him into a little blob and slap him.
Oh, Lanxion did exactly the same thing in the torture room that Cross did, and again realized it and used the little turnaround up there. It's like, yep, we don't have the hook shot, we have to do this. Okay, so the interesting thing for Cross in this position is he might do Hera just in an effort to actually reuse that portal, because as soon as he goes to the Dark World, his mirror portal is gone and he'll have to walk all the way back through Turtle Rock. And that, you know, is going to be the case. But if he goes and does Hera first, he'll find that Quake medallion, and that could be important. It would even them up in terms of things. But we'll see. He's thinking about it. He's gonna bomb jump here, and then he's gonna try to bomb jump here.
Falling down. Take 2.
Yeah, that's good. That one will work. Okay. What's next for Cross? He's jumping back down.
Probably gonna go commit to Hookshot Cave, it looks like.
Yeah, Super Bunny and Hookshot. That half magic will be nice, but does have to give up on that portal. Of course, we knew that was inevitable. There's no way to save it. He tried, but it couldn't be done.
Yeah.
So Hookshot Cave, that's going to be the really important position in this, because it's either Hookshot Cave or Mire right now that has our next piece of progression. And if it's Mire, then Cross basically has to go Hera, or he's in some big trouble.
And I think Cross will know that as well.
Yeah, there's not much left that he hasn't done.
And yeah. Desert is boots locked. We know this to be true. I'm not sure if Cross specifically knows, but we on the commentary side know, at the very least.
I don't think Cross went in there, so that is another thing you have to think about. But we'll see. Hookshot Cave coming up. 4 chests. Will one of them be useful? It's just a full heart in the first one.
Second one. Another 300. Third. Big 20. And the 4th. Moment of truth. Piece of heart. Mire has
He has to
progression.
go to Mire.
He has to go to Hera.
Well, yeah, true. And then he has to go to Meyer, but he almost save and quit there. Now he's gonna mirror. Is he gonna flute away, or is he gonna go to Hera? He's fluting away. He's gonna look at desert first, I think. Oh no, yeah, he never did the shovel because they got it up on Death Mountain. Okay, so he does have a little bit more stuff to do. He's gonna be forced back to Hera eventually.
Yeah, and we'll save a little time here. So it's a real toss-up on which person's in first at this point.
We're not gonna know, I think, until Cross does Hera, and then once he's done Quake, we'll have some idea of it. But I think Lanxion has spent the time that Cross did, finishing Death Mountain, clearing out all the checks that Cross did on other parts of the world, and like Cross has very few locations left now, so he'll be checking Desert, finding out its boost locked, and then as far as I know, it's just straight back to Hera. That's all he can do.
Yeah, and Hera will be a relatively quick check. He knows he's going to have a coffee break. Has the tempered, so it'll be a nice quick kill on Moldorm. And is going to pick up the red mail? Red Penguin.
Right there. Oh, Lanxion gets knocked back to the wrong side of the crystal blocks there while trying to set invincibility. And then, alright, well at least you have half magic, so...
Yeah. Cross mirror bonking there.
Oops. Get checkerboard cape out of the way now.
Yep.
It does look like Lanxion is coming out ahead after all of this because Laser Bridge is really close, and I think he'll know that Meyer is the only thing left at that point. If I've been
he'll go to
paying enough
Hookshot
attention,
Cave.
I think he's done almost everything. Yeah, Hookshot Cave, and then crosswalking back so he can get that check on Desert now. Lanxion will take the safety door from the look, or is just going to go top to bottom, bottom to top, I mean. Yeah, okay.
Well, here's the shot for Lynx.
Cross finding the small key on the torch there, so he knows it's key locked, but there still could be an item here in this chest. Fortunately, it's going to be the map. Lanxion is out of there from Turtle Rock, flutes directly to 6, and is going to be making that play on Meyer. Cross has got to hurry to Hera.
Yep. This looks like Lanxion's in the lead, but for all we know, Cross could have the better execution here and pull ahead through that.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. So, wow, this is quite the situation we find ourselves in. So Meyer will lead to what? Ice Rod or Boots at this point? Yeah, that's gotta be it.
Did Eastern have anything required in it?
No.
So Eastern was the one and only dungeon they could have skipped. But for all they know, they couldn't have because it was Ag at the time.
Yeah, it made so much sense to clear it. You can't fault them for that. And here comes Meyer for Lanxion. Not having sword beams makes this room potentially a little bit more annoying, but is able to make progress is not getting lasered by the Beamos, which is nice because their health is not the best. Meyer does tend to hit you a little bit.
So Lanx is going to be in the lead here by about maybe 2 or 3 minutes. And I'm only giving a rough estimate. I don't actually know. First chest here in Misery Mire is a small key.
I'm gonna collect some of those. trying to think of ways the seed could even open up more, but I feel like they're going to find the next thing and it's going to be very clear what to do. The only real plays I think Cross can make to save time routing-wise would maybe be if the Ice Rod is what they have to look for at the end of this all, say the boots are in Mire here, and then it's kind of open whether Ice or Swamp will have them. Maybe some skips in those places could catch up some time, but you know, it's rough being this kind of full dungeon behind. Even if it is just Hera, it's a pretty big lead for Lanxion right now.
Yeah, I personally see a clear-cut route here just to make sure you don't miss the Ice Rod. And there's Bombos. You can do Ice Palace. Then you turn into the Big Bomb. And then from there, you go back and do Swamp. One of those locations is going to have the Ice Rod. And if you find the Ice Rod in Swamp, then you just go with the rest of the dungeon.
Yeah, that's true.
But at the same time, you want to go with Ice Palace. So it's really a coin toss. Which dungeon do you want a full clear, and which dungeon you want to check to go mode? And for all
there
we
is
know,
one thing. There is one thing that Lanxion hasn't done because they don't have powder, and I don't even remember where that was at this point. But there's at least some overworld somewhere that Cross has completed. To get that.
powder was at the purple chest.
Okay, so Lanxion skipped out of that. I imagine Lanxion will just not do that at this point. If you want to skip it back then, it's like, yeah, okay, you're putting it off, and assuming it's nothing, I think.
Or powder was on Bombos, it looks like. It's in that area.
Yeah, Cross did check bad, and it was just a piece of heart, I believe.
Polygon Fairy, do you need boots for Swamp Palace? In this seed, yes, you do. Because the boots give you the flippers at Library, and you need the flippers to go into Swamp.
Lanxion found those boots in the vanilla big key chest of Mire, and pieced out at that point. Cross is indicating his displeasure with Moldorm by dropping a bunch of bombs down the big pit. Grabs Quake, skips the pendant, so going to avoid that animation because he knows the pedestal's not required.
Alright, so he defeats Quake, but does not grab the pedestal, or the pendant. Very nice play there.
Alright, so Lanxion's using the boots, checking the boots spots right away. Bonk Rocks, King's Tomb are open.
Yeah, if he finds the Ice Rod here, he's in go mode. But the Ice Rod, I just realized the Ice Rod could be in Ice Palace, or Mire.
Yeah. I mean, both runners are, after this runaround that Seed has given them, I think, you know, despite being in the lead, Lanxion seems to feel behind by just not being thorough anymore, just skipping out of that, and I can't blame him for that. It's very hard to have an accurate read on how the race went this deep in after this many twists and turns. So both runners are definitely feeling the pressure here with their bracket lives on the line. And Lanxion gets nothing out of those couple bonk checks in the North Partner Sanctuary. He's going to flip back to 3, grab the flippers, and then what's the next decision?
Boots are in the Vanilla Big Key chest of Misery Mire. The thing is, I did not see the second item in Misery Mire, so for all we know, the Ice Rod could be in here, and that would be Goma for cross product.
Yeah, plus it's green, so there's always Sahashala.
Sarasa could have our go mode.
That would be horrible. They both might skip it though. I mean, I would not fault them at all for just leaving as soon as they grab the boots. Like there's so many more locations open. You feel like you're in some trouble maybe in the race. Right, Lanxion's coming back here to go to desert, and you know this is a good play because this is fast and you have to do it anyways. You're gonna have to do that search over to the right side to grab the big key here regardless. So if the Ice Rod's here, you can save yourself big time on Swamp and Ice.
This is the way I see it. If you are one item away from Goma and you know it, you don't leave an item behind. Even if it's going to take a while to find it. Because that one item could make the item that you skip, and it's just going to destroy your run.
Yeah, I don't know though. Like, if you feel behind because of like all the checks, like they've both done so many checks in kind of slow and annoying ways because they had to, because the seeds have just been terrible. But if you kind of feel like maybe your opponent has not done any of that stuff, they've done it like the right way. Things.
Oh right, no, never mind. Meyer doesn't have it. It's Bombos. I forgot about that.
Okay, well, it still could be the green pendant, but that is a big time investment for one item.
So, yeah, if it's on. Wow, I stirped her hard. South Hospital could still have it and make Meyer required. I wouldn't be surprised at this point. Blue Boomerang over in Desert. And it cannot be on pedestal. We checked it. It's just a piece of heart.
Yeah, so the big decision, I mean, Desert makes so much sense. You want to do Desert, for sure. And then after that, is it Ice or is it Swamp? Both of them are painful when you're not in go mode. We'll have to see what they go for. Cross is going to leave immediately upon getting the boots as well. So if this is on Sahasrama, we're in for a long haul.
I mean, they both made similar gambles.
Yeah, and very sensible ones at this point in the race. There's so many more items available in the Crystal Dungeons. So just go for it. Don't go all the way to Vitreous for just one item. And Cross is now in the same dungeon as Lanxion, catching up some time because he didn't bother checking that overworld locations, the Bonk Rocks and Kingston. You might still go for it, but at this point, maybe just play for the dungeons, and that makes this a fair bit closer by not doing that.
Yeah, this is going to be a very close race.
Lanxion nearly gets the one cycle on.
Oh, there's both our items. So it's not here in Desert.
Yeah.
So it's either in Swamp, it's in Ice, it's at Pyramid Ferry, or it's at Sarasala.
Goodness. This is nasty stuff. This is a mean seed.
Roll the D4. Where do you land? Check your poison. It looks like Lanx is going to be doing the Ice Palace play, which is the 5/6 crystal.
Yeah. Now this deep into the seed, how thorough is Lanx going to be there in this dungeon? I imagine checking the right side at the start makes sense, but whether or not you go to Ice to T, that's a judgment call. We'll have to see what Lanx decides here.
I'm going to go back to my earlier statement here. If you're one item away from go mode and you know it, you don't skip an item location. He's going to stay here until he finds all 3 items and then go straight to the boss.
Yeah, and then I imagine we'll isolate the left side of Swamp, so we'll only have to do it if it's actually there. Check Pyramid Ferry first, most likely, and then, go to the boss, and as the very last thing he does in the scene, go left side Swamp.
Cross might go to Swamp first, and then we just have a huge divergence.
Yeah, I can definitely see the logic for the play. Swamp has more items, and if you just say it's not left side and ignore it, it's a fast dungeon. It's like better checks than having to go over to right side Ice. So that could be a big play. That could basically even them up potentially. We'll have to see how it goes. One item left to find. Of course it's the Ice Rod. Where will it be?
And meanwhile, Cross is in his Moldarm fight, doing some fire strats and getting it very cleanly done. And here we go for Lanx doing the Ice Palace. No, we're skipping the Ice Palace one, never mind.
Alright, so that indicates his intention to actually full clear the dungeon.
Full clear until the Ice Rod, in which case he'll just go into go mode. And even then, he has the Key of Samaria, so doesn't have to worry too much about setting up the block.
Yeah, the one problem with this is if he finds the Ice Rod first, he's still going to have to look for the big key. Unless that showed up already and I didn't see it, but we'll have to... Yeah, okay, on the pause menu, doesn't have it yet. One
There's
item.
a second item. Oh, this could be big if it turns out to be swamp.
Oh man. But will Cross just make the same decisions, or... We'll have to see. What's Cross gonna do with these boots? Could check the north part as well. He just immediately stayed at desert. He's fluting. Which
Fluting.
location?
Fluting the
Swamp.
4. He's going to swamp. What?
Oh no! Save and quit. He wants to check bomb procs and such.
All right. One item left in Ice Palace. Could be on the balls for all we know.
Yeah. Like I said,
Funky.
normally it's inefficient to check that like that, but when you have one left, if it's there, you can just say, okay, I got it, let's go, and you don't have to do this part, which is kind of the annoying part of non-go mode Ice Palace. Well, one of them. Cross's overworld is now complete, I believe.
There's another swamp key, so Coldster could have the last item. Actually, I think he can't. Has to, because this is the big. No, this is the map.
Oh, so the big key is in Iced Tea, and Langxion's gonna have to go there for that because he didn't bomb jump.
And that means our third item's either in the big chest, or it's on Coldster, which means that big key may as well be required. And it is going to be a Swamp Palace check here for crossproduct. This could be the momentum swing he needs to pull ahead here.
Yeah, holy smokes, this is getting crazy. Mirror's out for Cross, he's heading to Swamp. How much is he going to check? Is it going to be on the left side, and is he going to skip it? That's the big question here. Lanxion has a bit of a lead in terms of dungeons cleared. He's going to be heading down to the Iced Tea room just now. And what are we going to get? Well, okay, we're going to get the big key, obviously, but
Yeah.
which dungeon is it going to be in?
It could be in neither. It could still be Sarasla or the Fat Fairy.
Yeah, that's right. Man, if it's Sahashala, this is gonna be... Oh my gosh, I really just hope it's not that, because these runners have suffered enough at this point.
Yeah, this is a nightmare of a seed.
Alright,
All right,
big
here
chest
comes-
coming up for Langs.
This is the morning. It's the Ice Rod! Lanxion is in go mode!
Wow, he's done it.
And you needed the big key. No go moding ice today.
That's really brutal, and I think that might be the nail in the coffin for cross product here. I don't think he can manage to catch up from having go mode second and also having to check things in Swamp. Langxion's gonna be, done with ice into Swamp before Cross is even out of there, and man, that's huge.
Yeah.
Of course, there is still an execution component to the end of the game, but both runners have played really well execution-wise so far, and they have lots of safeties. This is not some kind of green mail, low health Master Sword situation. This is Silver's tempered blue mail, or red mail in Cross's case. So Lanxion is unlikely to take a death in the remaining parts of the game, be able to just go mode all the way through, and Cross,
Blue King.
yeah. Really, the only item Cross can find that would help a little bit is the Butter Sword, but even that is not something you'd want to see. It doesn't help enough.
Yeah, with Ice Palace clear now for Lanxion, it is more or less his race to lose at this point.
Alright, so Lanxion's path is clear. Do swamp. Check nothing in it. Maybe one chest, but I wouldn't be surprised to see absolutely everything get skipped. And then head up Turtle Rock and go to GT. Cross is going to finish this up, and then hopefully book it over to ice and not revisit the left side. But at this point in the race, like, who knows what you're thinking? It's tough to play through here.
Yeah, the tilt factor is going to be real for Cross, I think, once he finds the ice rod. And I think it came down to preference on which dungeon you don't want to do here.
Yeah, that's true. I thought it was maybe going to even up when Lanxion was down to one item left in ice. I was thinking, oh man, it's going to be swamp, but no, the advantage stays in Lanxion's hands. That decision to just do Hera the first time that they were there turned out to be pretty big, all told.
Yeah. Lanx would have to have a catastrophic failure in order for Cross to come back.
Yeah, like a death to Trinex somehow. That's not gonna happen. Falls to Ganon, maybe, I don't know. Although that said, you know, crazier things have happened, and both runners are probably, you know, feeling the pressure of the other one potentially being close to finishing this deep into the sea. So it's tough to play with pressure, and Lanxion, you know, might have some issues later on, but we'll see.
Yeah. So there we go. The crystal for cross product is going back in.
Oh man, okay. Well,
it's like I said earlier, leave no item unturned.
Yeah, that's rough.
He just went with the item density play, and in this case, it bit him. I'm all for the item density plays too, which I would have got bit just as hard, if not more so.
Yeah, so this will be even more time that Lanxion doesn't have to spend. Lanxion's not even checking the fastest chest in Swamp there because he knows, you know, he doesn't need anything. Doesn't care about the gold sword. Tempered's just good enough. It's just go, go, go from here.
Yeah. Doesn't even get the blue cane that Cross does have. And I want to see you say that both runners actually have 3 bottles now? Or at least Cross does?
Yeah, I'm not sure if Lanxion picked the one up that was on Graveyard Ledge. I know Cross has at least 2, but either way, neither player is going to be too concerned for safeties at this point, I think.
And Lanx is going to be doing just a couple quick spins. And there goes Argus. Alright, now it's up to Turtle Rock to finish what they started here. And it'll be a relatively fast Turtle Rock. Only has to go back to... All he has to do is go to Trinex. It's checked all the chests, so he can just jet right through.
Yeah, it's gonna be quite fast. Lanxion not even stopping for potions. Very comfortable with his current setup, and
the ice. Yeah, the ice rod focuses in the ice palace big chest.
So Cross is done with Swamp now. Got everything, which was basically a bunch of nothing, and is gonna dash over towards ice now. So we'll find that ice rod soon, but there's not even a nice arrangement of Ice Palace because it's in the big chest and the big keys in the Ice Tea room. So it's just the worst. The seed is just the worst from start to finish.
Could have been worse.
It could have been, yeah, it could have been Sahasrara. It could have been.
It could have been all bosses required, including Ice Armos, on a defeat Ganon goal, in which you only care about the crystals. And then just add insult to injury, Silver's in the validation chest, or no, rather, mini Moldorm's last possession. Yeah, I'm getting frazzled here. This scene's been a long one.
It's been quite a journey, and these runners are like really good players. They're 4-2 in the tournament here, but this is just how nasty the random can be sometimes. That we're looking at, near a 2-hour seed, probably actually over 2-hour seed, depending on the Ganon's Tower big key, and that's nasty.
All right. So we're getting close here to Lanxion reaching Trinex, and Trinex is our 7th crystal. Here's Sigma.
Yeah, you guys know what that means.
Yes,
As soon as Trinex is dead, we're gonna start it up real quick. The Ganon's Tower guessing game.
Yes, I'm gonna go ahead and give us a quick explanation here in advance. Hold your guesses, folks. We're gonna start it as soon as he's dead. We see the sword flourish. But yes, there are 22 chests in Ganon's Tower, one of which has the big key we need to finish this seed up. Hold your guesses, get a number ready, and when we start the game, give us to it. If you are a supporter to the Speed Gaming Network, be it through 250 bits or a subscription, you'll be qualified to be your name to be put on our leaderboard we're keeping track of everyone who has guessed correctly thus far.
So Lanxion coming towards Trinex. Has that Ice Rod finally ready to use. If all goes well, going for the dash behind, okay. 4 slashes, very nice on the Firehead there.
Yeah, very quick kill on the Firehead indeed. And there goes the Ice Head.
Yep, so now Lanxion will be setting up to try to get a spin to hit twice and then a slash on the head before the body becomes removable, and Trinex will just die. Doesn't get the double hit on the spin, but manages to kill Trinex on the wall anyways, just as it enters into that last part of the vulnerable body. So that will do it for Trinex. That's the last crystal for Lanxion. So
let's get
ready to guess, folks.
Yep, get ready to guess. And be quick about it. You have probably 30 seconds to get your guesses in.
There they go. All right, Wolf, where do you think it's going to be?
I want it to be nice. I want to be like first or second chest. Just get it to them and let them go.
Yeah, I agree. Give them some mercy. Give a small key in chest 1, big key in chest 2. Just please. Just please. So I hope you have your guesses in. Lanxion's entering the tower. We're going to stop the game right away before we get any chest opening.
Alright. Let us see what the first 2 items are. We have the small key as well as 5 arrow booster. And we're going to go see left side first. So item 3 will be on the torch whether we pick it up or not.
Just red rupee, so that torch will be skipped today, but that still counts as item number 3. Lanxion heading towards Stealthos room and all the chests over on the left side. Hopefully having it show up shortly here.
Alright, chest number 4. Small key. Chest 5. Small key. 6 is a piece of heart. 7 is another small key.
There, Cross picks up the ice rod, finally from Ice Palace. 154, so... man, it's a rough position. Has to finish Ice, has to finish T-Rock, and get into GT as fast as possible, but Lanxion already making huge progress through here.
Yeah, chest 8 is our 10-arrow booster.
Really nice use of the boomerang there to quickly flip these crystal switches. That's your NMG practice coming in.
And I just realized Lanxion has all the small keys you can get in the chest, I think. So we've got all 4 small keys like with the next first 2 minutes of being in GT. That's interesting. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
We're ready to open doors. Wherever they may take us.
That was just 9. I think.
I think you're right. Yeah, that was 9.
So 10 through 13 are in this, what we call the random room. If you're playing NMG, nice little supplies along the way if you want to make this quick detour. If you absolutely need arrows, there's 2 bundles of 10 here. And there it is!
Just number 12. So Lanxion's starting to climb up the tower now as Cross is in go mode heading to Turtle Rock.
Alright. The first person to guess 12 was Solid Iceman. Congratulations, sir. You are now up there on the leaderboards. Who's at the turn top of the leaderboards there, Stigma? Looks like it's Alpha Channel with 11 guesses.
Dang, that's a lot. That's really solid.
Solid Iceman, though, is now in that massive tie for the massive 5-win tie. I see his name there.
Dude, nice. Getting up there. Alright, so it's all execution here to the end of the seed. Lanxion. Wow, that's actually a pretty convenient fairy drop right there at the start of the gauntlet. Lanxion had skipped the safety room. I'm not sure what Lanxion has in his bottles right now, but 4 hearts was not the most comfortable. But going up here anyways, you know, maybe thinking of powering the fairy if he was low in health, but he's now not low in health thanks to that drop. He's really tearing up these gauntlet rooms. Very nice so far.
I think Lanx just has the good bee. Hasn't even used potion, so very nicely done.
Ooh, just barely misses 1 cycle on Moldorm 2 there. And by Moldorm 2, I mean Landmo 2. Wrong worm, sorry.
Don't worry, I do that all the time. Alright, Blizzard room, very fun room to clear.
Yeah, Lanxion is playing this tower very well, giving Cross no room to catch up, really. And just misses the 1 cycle on Wizards 2, but we'll just poke that last one out and be heading to the torches.
Lanx does have a fairy and a ball. I forgot about that. He picked it up in Paradise Cave.
Okay. So he's very safe then.
Yeah.
He's now on the top floor. No sprite despawn glitch to worry about. Was up those stairs long before the torches went out.
Yep.
And
it's gonna
skipping everything. Does not need any more upgrades. It's just going to be going as fast as possible through Ganon.
probably gonna grab a couple of pots here. And here we go with Moldorm too. Looks like he's gonna be a little bit kind.
A 1 slash, a spin will finish it, and a very nice fight there.
Alright, now does he open Moldorm's last possession here? The final chest against tower. He does, and it's just 20 rupees.
Maybe he was hoping for a heart refill there. A piece of heart might have done it, I'm not sure.
Well, it couldn't have been Sankard he was looking for. We already found that. That was on Old Man.
So Aga 2 coming up for Lanxion here. We'll see how the geometry works out. The positions can be nice or mean. And
That looks nice.
yeah, this is a potential... Oh! Almost.
Bad timing,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
2 singles there. Almost got a double on both of those. It's now setting up to slash this last one, but rude blue ball. Still manages to salvage a single out of it.
Yeah, these patterns are not very friendly. And there's
That's
Frantic
true.
down for cross. Or, no, first phase down for cross. My bad. And Aga 2 is down for Lanxion, and now with that, it is now time to fight the pig. Tempered Sword means 12 slashes for first and second phase. And then it's just one more slash for each time Ganon stops teleporting. In phase 3, those teleports are set in stone for the first encounter. And then it'll just be 1 slash plus a silver arrow hit when the lights are on in phase 4.
Yep. We'll see what yen and text we get today.
And
Yeah.
it's the vanilla text but paraphrase.
Lanxion gets that 1 cycle phase 1, beating Ganon up. Down to 2 hearts now, but is prioritizing getting this damage in, and that should be pushed through phase 2, so very nice so far. Does die here, but should have a fairy?
Yeah, should have the
There
fairy.
it is.
And that should be just enough health here.
Having blue mail, this isn't too scary. Even a Ganon hug won't kill you at this point. Come close. You will survive, just barely.
Yeah, and even if Lanx dies here, there is a tree with a fairy outside that they can bonk, and then recapture with the net.
Yeah, and even though Lanx probably won't be feeling it, they have a lot of time to work with. It could be several deaths to Ganon or falls or whatever
Wow.
you want to say.
He did not move at all, and there is a triple, or double rather.
Going for a double as well here, so 2 doubles to finish things up. Great execution from Lanxion through the end of the game. Just has to wait for the fanfare and we'll be able to walk through the door.
Yep, GG's for Lanxion here in chat, folks. He will be your winner of this race, and will be guaranteed in brackets with an official SRTV time of 2 hours, 2 minutes, and 30 seconds. And apparently the Windfish will wake soon. He's got a... I think he needs some time to compose him, but I'll go ahead and ask him about an interview here.
Yeah, GG Lanxion managing to navigate that horror and get to the end. Cross, meanwhile, is showing us some tile room action here. By grabbing the wall with the cape active, you can actually prevent it from raining any magic and just sit here like this, so taking out a break.
Yeah, checking tower room. I'm gonna go right side, which we know is not gonna be the answer, unfortunately, for the big key.
There's really not even much left that could be over that in these chests that's useful. Although with how much we checked, where the heck was the gold sword in all of this?
I don't know, there's our last bottle. Gold sword is probably on... For all we know, it could have been on Sarasala.
Man, that was a cool strat. Just flipping the pit and then bonking over to the key. That was kind of neat.
Fungus for illumination. It all started with that, I think. We do the scene would have been bad the second we saw that lamp.
Oh, so long ago.
Yeah.
When I thought there was still some hope for them. It's like, okay, it's an Agassi. That's fine, right? No,
Alright.
It's not fine.
I see Lanxion in the setup room. Let's go ahead and pull him in. GG and congratulations, Lanxion, for qualifying for our bracket stage here. You gotta be feeling ecstatic, man. Walk us through the seed. This was a nightmare and a half.
Oh, I felt like I was losing badly the whole time.
You know what? You want to know what did it for you?
I'm gonna go with the Ice Palace play over the Swamp. I would imagine it's probably like I'm assuming he probably went Swamp instead of Ice Palace. I would imagine.
Actually, not only that, but just a little bit earlier as well. He chose not to go Hera right away, and thus did not get Quake.
Oh, yeah. I was doing that whole Hera tower, thinking, man, this is gonna be a huge waste of time if there's nothing here. And I was like, I hope this Quake comes in handy. I was kicking myself for not going to Turtle Rock when I was standing on top of it, but that was a ruthless seed.
Yeah, your opponent is still looking for the Ganon Star Big Key.
Wow, I thought I was losing by like quite a bit. Like I already counted myself out very early because we spent so much time without boots, and whenever you're running around without boots, you just feel awful. And all my checks were garbage. Oh man. Oh.
It was back and forth. I will admit that, but you ended up pulling ahead.
Oh man, that's better lucky than good, I guess. That's probably like some easier checks than he did, and that's just kind of the end of it, right? So.
He even got the powder, which I think was over either at Protest or Bombos. I don't remember where.
I don't think I checked either of those things, so it's possible it was in either one of those.
Oh no, he does have the powder. Is what I'm saying.
Oh, nice. I would have liked that, but I guess I didn't need it, so we're okay.
And he found the fourth bottle. It was over on the right side of Gannis Tower.
Oh, did he go right side Gannis Tower first?
He did Dark Magician, it looks like.
Oh, okay.
And the only other item that he found that you didn't was the Cane of Burnout, which was in the southern chest of Swamp.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, because obviously I didn't have to do Swamp at all, so I didn't need items in Swamp.
Yeah, the only item still at large is the gold sword. Either sitting by Ice Armos, or, maybe Sahashrala has it if he wants to be a jerk. But man, that was quite a journey.
Yeah, I don't think I've had a 2-hour seed in a long time. That was like everything was just in the back of every dungeon. It was not fun. I would not wish this seed on my worst enemy. This seed was not fun. And like to end in a coin flip like that, like that's like even if we like both played it really well, you had to make so many out of the way guesses. So like you had to think to dip Turtle Rock and think to go all the way to Hera, and then you had to think to go into all the pendant dungeons, and then you had to make sure, hey, I'm gonna get the item out of Mire, but I'm not gonna finish Mire. So it's like you had to make all of these really, really correct guesses. A lot of guesses is actually what it was, and like nothing was really in a nice efficient spot. Like yeah, it just felt like this is the type of seed I don't enjoy, but I know I'm glad I pulled ahead, but man, I would not want to do that one again.
Well, I say again, you're now in bracket stage. You got to be feeling real good about that at the very least.
Yeah, it's awesome. I actually started off 0-2 and then kind of just won out from there.
You rallied back, and
Yeah.
even if you I'm not trying to curse you with this or anything, but even if you somehow lose your first round of brackets, you gotta feel real good about coming back from the claws of defeat to come to be even in the brackets in the first place.
Yeah, it's pretty cool because like I guess like once you go 0-2, like all the pressure's kind of off. It's like, oh well, if I get there, I get there, whatever. And then this was kind of the first like really nitty gritty race where I was like, oh man, I don't know what I'm gonna do. So it's really awesome to be in brackets. I'm excited to play. I'll probably get someone who's like really filthy and they'll dumpster on me. But I mean, hey, it's fun to be there, right? So.
Yeah. So the only real curious thing that I could think about this run is, crossproduct.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, he's got a fairy. Crossproduct dying at Lambo too, but does have that fairy.
That's good.
Yeah, the only thing that was really in question there was a little bit of routing mistakes here and there. Just
I was all over the place.
Yeah,
like with pre-boots, and then like there were so many like locations. And I also I walked halfway to Agate before realizing that the lamp actually got me up the mountain. Then I went up the mountain, and then I realized I had to do Agate anyways. And then I walked halfway to Pod, realizing I only had 74 rubies, so I had to go farm rubies. Like I just like walked halfway. I was very indecisive at the time I was doing it.
Yeah. But all those little mistakes didn't seem to pile up too much.
Oh, well, that's just being lucky. Well, that's because I think I picked the right time too. So.
Alright, so Cross is coming up near the top of GT, also skipping all the chests because he has everything. He's armed to the teeth.
Yeah, the only item he's missing is the gold sword. He has all 4 bottles.
Oh man, ready to chug.
Yeah, I didn't mention this, but the 4th bottle was at a Graveyard Ledge.
Oh man, big Graveyard Ledge.
Yeah.
Bottle? Oh yeah, I saw it but didn't grab it.
Oh, Old Worm's mad.
Yeah, well they were all bees.
Yeah, what was with that?
So many bees. I was like, can I get a fairy, please?
Oh man, Cross is trying to hover. Oh, he didn't make it.
Trying to hover, give us a strong shot in here. But yeah, Lanx, you now have to play with the chance of running into the seeded runners here with our current reigning champ, AJ Neb.
Oh no.
Are you nervous about any of them?
I'm nervous about all of them, actually. Take your pick. They're all really filthy and really, really good at this game. So, I mean, I have to lean on my NMG background to be any good at this game. But then if you play against someone who's just better than me and they route better, I don't think I stand a chance. But we'll see. I mean, it'll be fun. It'll be a lot of fun. It's kind of what, going into Rando, the mentality should be kind of, it's a lot of fun. Sometimes things don't break your way and just kind of enjoy playing with friends. So, I will. Well, thank you. I'm gonna hop off, but thank you very much for commenting. I really appreciate it.
Any last words though, real quick, Lanx, before you go?
About the seed. Burn the seed. Throw it away. Get rid of it. It's god awful. And I just want to do a quick shout out to the Burbs and all them for spamming them in chat and helping me go from 0 to 2 to 5-2. So thank you very much, guys, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening. Thanks.
All right. Thank you, Lanxion. Thanks you for joining us.
Cross had a sick Ega 2 there. That was I think it was 3-2-1 maybe. There was only 3 cycles anyways, so that was very nice.
And those are Lanxion's bird, it looks like. Oh no, that's Kelsey's email. What?
Oh, Cross is hovering back and forth across the Ganon pit. Made it down. I'm not sure if he was just jumping in intentionally, going for more, but nice stuff right at the end there, showing some flair.
All right. Now, something we want to mention here real quick. There you guys, crossproduct is finishing up Gannon here. He's not completely out of the tournament just yet, is he not?
Yeah, it is still possible for crossproduct to make it in on the tiebreak. With a 4-3 record, a couple of runners will get in, I believe, between 2 and 4, depending on the results of a couple of matches. So it's still possible for Cross to make it. His tiebreak is not the best among 4-3 runners, but if a bunch of people who have better tiebreaks than him do win into the brackets automatically, he's going to still make it. It's unlikely, but it's not 100% set in stone that he's not going to be in the brackets. Now, in Lanxion's case, his tiebreak was not good enough to make it at all. There was no possible way. So, it's fortunate for Lanxion that he won.
Yeah, Cross at least has a chance. A slim one, granted, but a chance.
And coming into the last phase again, and gets 1 silver there. Doesn't get torch glitch, but this is just fine. He can set up a double using this. There's 2 more shots into Ganon, 1 more. Oh, torch just goes out before he's able to stun him. But there we go. 1 more arrow.
And get your
Down goes
GGs
Ganon.
in chat for cross product. Who has at least been a good sport and finished this race here for us. Will now be 4-3 at the end of our Swiss stage here and finishing with an official SRTV time of 2 hours, 15 minutes, and 55 seconds. So let's see if he wants to join us. Yeah, we're gonna see if he wants to join us here for an interview.
Yeah. But oh my gosh. What a terrible seed. I can't believe how nasty that seed was.
Yeah, it was forced Aga, forced Hera, which is not that bad, and then you had to go to Meyer for the required boots.
You're just walking around the entire time being miserable. God.
Yeah. These two did a very excellent job with the seed. But the times don't lie. This seed was terrible. I think even one of the better runners of the randomizer. Not saying these guys aren't good. Just like someone like Andy would probably have a hard time getting us up to on this one.
Yeah. I think even if you knew where everything was, this would take you at least 130. Probably more. And since you don't know that, it's painful.
And we see Cross Product waiting to join us here. Let's go ahead and pull him in.
Good.
Cross Product, you put on an excellent showing for us here, but unfortunately you did not make it through this last week of Swiss with a 5-win record. But hey, you put on a good race for us. Walk us through this rather trolly seat, I'll admit.
Not really. Basically, I lost the moment I didn't break into Ice Palace early, which should have been done. So.
Yeah, your opponent actually also did Hera as soon as they were on the mountain.
Yeah, that I thought was my biggest mistake until I realized Ice Rod was an Ice Palace, and I was like, well, that should have been done. But that's my fault.
Yeah. So, can't feel bad. You did put on an excellent showing for us today. This seat was just evil.
Yeah, I don't think, I think maybe 2 or 3 of my races were under 2 hours this whole time.
Yeah. I was even going out to saying that even some of the higher tier runners like Andy would have a hard time with this one, probably.
I don't know.
At least keep getting a time that's like decent.
Well, an early, I don't know, because an early Ice Palace play, which should be done, you should always do a Crystal Dungeon when you have the ability to full clear it, whether or not it's in Logic. And an early break into Ice Palace means no double dip Turtle Rock, which is otherwise required, and it means go mode Swamp Palace. So
Okay, yeah, that's
basically there's one way to play the seed, and I didn't do it.
yeah.
Yeah, I figured you both might have been putting off fake flippers to ice just because you maybe wanted to stay in logic and find the boots first, but as you say, avoiding that Turtle Rock double dip, which you both did, would have been a really helpful thing in this one.
Well, more than that, the fact that Swamp Palace was also required meant that I know I have to get the flippers eventually, right? So.
Yeah, that's true.
And our tracker Carissa pointing out that flip flippers doesn't seem like a good play. But there's a good chance boosts for go mode, which in this case they were. In a way.
Yeah, I don't know that full clearing ice is really a waste of time because you're still looking for Ice Rod, and there was plenty of stuff I was looking for at that point. Boots. Well, it couldn't be boots, but Ice Rod, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't have hookshot. Hey, that's the other thing. I didn't have hookshot going in there, and with Cane of Samaria, depending on key layout, hookshot could have been in there. Actually, I don't think it could have been because all the keys were on the east side, but I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Right.
But even with everything that happened this season, you did put up a strong showing.
Thanks, guys. Thanks to everyone for watching and commentating, restreaming, especially Carissa for tracking today.
Yeah, make sure to give Carissa here a follow, as well as my co-com Sigma, and also our two runners, Lanxion and Crossproduct. And while you're at it,